It is Derby Day. How you doing? Sammy here with another Fulhamish vlog. And thank you so much for all your subscriptions and your lovely comments after the first proper vlog we did last week at Millwall at home. So we're going to do another one today. The West London Derby is what is on course for today. Two teams that know how to play football the right way, as much as I hate giving Brentford that kind of credit. And really hoping for a repeat of last year. So what's on the agenda? I'm off to the Tube right now to go meet South African Dave. Then we're going to head up to Ealing, go to a place called the Castle Inn, which is a pub that Jack's recommended. Hopefully lots of you guys will be there as well, so we might speak to you along the way. Then we watch the game. Hopefully we get 3 points, and that will be that. It's a great plan. Whether it will happen, we'll have to wait and see. Let's do this. Look who I found, a young Dave Preston. All right, man.
Hey, how's it going?
First Derby day today. You looking forward to it?
I know, I've travelled all the way from South Africa. No, just kidding. First Derby day, really looking forward to it. Another big one for us. I really hope we can get the 3 points.
You went to the QPR game, so actually. It's not your first Derby day, but it's your first one to Griffin Park.
Yeah, my first away game in a Fulham shirt was in Newcastle last year, 3-1. So we went to QPR with the same high expectations. We walked away with an extremely nervy win, but we were just saying on the Tube now that it was too nervous to enjoy. So hopefully today it's a little bit different, where it's kind of a bit more comfortable, a bit more exciting, and maybe like 6 or 7 goals like we did against Sheffield.
We just got on the wrong tube line.
Don't listen to South African instructions about the Tube.
We were definitely meant to get on the Piccadilly. We got on the District line, so it's a slight scupper to the plans. Right, so we've messed up that badly that we've now had to get on a bus, the 607, not a bus I've ever frequented before, and off to Ealing Broadway. Basically, we're completely lost in West London, which is where we spend most of our time anyway, so it's a bit of a fuck up.
And in the last clip, I took blame for it, but deep down, Sammy knows it was his fault.
So we're finally en route. Finally look like we're getting closer to the pub. We're just a few minutes away now.
8 buses later.
Yeah, exactly, and 8 C7 modes of transport later as well. So it's an interesting one with Brentford today because they were 2-0 up on Monday night against QPR, our other local neighbours, and ended up drawing 2-2, 2 shithouse goals. One of them from our old man, Matt Smith. It's going to be a big impact on today's game. It's an interesting one though, the rivalry of Brentford, and I was explaining a little bit to Dave because we didn't used to give a shit about Brentford, but it's all changed a little bit now, and I still think when they nearly got promoted a couple of years ago and they came to our place and won 4-1, that was the day for me that I started hating Brentford again, because just didn't used to care before that. We'd been in the Premier League for 13 years and they were in League 2, so it's a rivalry rekindled, but we're still top dogs.
It's hard for me to try and get my friends to care about the Brentford Fulham derby.
Well, yeah, because they must like see Arsenal Spurs and even Chelsea Arsenal.
Derby day today. Who are you playing? Brentford. Okay.
We made it to the pub, and it's a Fuller's pub as well. Good choice, Jack. The Castle Inn. Eventually.
3 minutes till kickoff.
You gone past the door, Dave?
Walking long enough.
Well, we are in the pub. Beer's mostly being consumed. Dave's just bought some new beers. Yes. Dave's just bought new beers. How we doing?
How's it going? All good? What's good?
10 minutes till the lineups come out. What are you expecting?
I'm hoping for Tim Ream is what I'm hoping for, because when Ream is inside, then it means Session is further forward. So that's what we're currently hoping for. K-Max in the videos, so that means K-Max probably back, which is obviously a wonderful addition to the Fulham side. Hoping for Session Font Ojo through the middle. Yeah, it's a little bit strange this. It's we're not 100% sure what's happening, but it looks like Steph Joe in the false 9, well, or the 9 as Don would say. Don would hang me for calling him a false 9. But it does look slightly bizarre in terms of looking like we have 4 centre midfielders on, no striker and 2 wingers. So we're going to assume that Cabano and Ojo are going to play wide ahead of Sessegnon and Fred. And then from there, Norwood, Kearney and Norwood Kenny and McDonald look like the centre three, and it looks like Steph between the two wingers. So, I mean, I'm not sure if it works, but Steph Joe, an injured Steph Joe, doesn't seem like the best man to lead the line.
I mean, Slav Bingo's really doing overtime this week. It's madness.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen anything like this for a while. Obviously, Tim Ream's still injured, which has obviously forced a shuffle of his pack, but wow, we'd be you'd have been hard pressed to have picked that line up out of nowhere before today. So, you know, fingers crossed it works, you whites, but we are all a bit perplexed in the pub right now.
Right, we're just entering the ground now. This is so old school. Here we go, minute till kick-off. Jack, final prediction for you.
Mr. Member with the green jacket.
Final prediction.
3-1 Fulham. 3-0 Fulham.
3-1 Fulham.
Come on, you white. Here at Griffin Park.
Niskas Cabano, he's from the Congo. He drinks on bongo. First time we've really opened anyone up, and yeah, really good bit of football, and we're 1-0 up at Griffin Park, like in you whites.
Right, first 45 all done here at Griffin Park. Fulham 1, Brentford 1. Drew, what's your thoughts?
It's not been a bad first half at all. I think we've had the better of it. They've definitely been okay. Not much more to say than that. It's been fairly even, but we've wedged it as far as I'm concerned.
Lovely move from Fulham for the first. Cabana finished it as well. That was positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, to be fair, if we carry on more in the second half, I think we're going to edge this 2-1.
Flag's going out. The famous flag. 1-1 at half time. Bit of disappointing, to be honest, on level terms at half time, considering I think we were on top in that first half, and I think that their goal came slightly against the run of play.
Yeah, 100%.
Do Fulham need to change anything in order to make sure they win this game?
No, I don't think so. Not at this point. I think it's one of those things that we played really well the first half. We got undone by a mistake and a deflection, which is obviously tough to take, but you know, we look overall like we're, you know, the better side here, and hopefully we'll kick on now. Maybe an introduction of a real striker on 70 or 80 minutes will really kick us into gear. And you know, with Mollo and Graham on the bench, we also have, you know, people that can open this defence up. So fingers crossed.
Well, second half's just about to start here. Let's do this. Come on, you whites.
You whites!
2-1 Brentford. And all came from a pretty simple free kick. And well, I said it was going from bad to worse before, but nothing like this. So 2-1 down, still just under 40 minutes left, and Dennis Adoy's been sent off. Silly challenge for the first, a bit reckless, and then that one, he's taking the player down when he's pretty much straight through on goal.
It's a red card. It's a red card. In fact, it's arguably a straight red. He's taking the player out as he's coming through for a goal, and now we're in deep trouble.
20 minutes left, and no real sign of Fulham getting back into this one, really. Struggling with 10 men, to be honest, against a good footballing side. Tom Kenny hit the bar, though. Absolutely wondrous strike, which would have been a undeserved way back into the game, to be totally honest. Brentford breaking this game up nicely as well, so I don't see much way back into this. There it is, 3-1 to Brentford, and it is game over here at Griffin Park. Don't know how it's gone this badly, to be honest. So it's going 1-0 up. Well, like it was going to be plain sailing, but it's been anything but. We struggled with 10 men, and I guess it was probably coming in the end. Bringing on Jordan Graham now, which is nice because at least there's a missing person off the list. Well, we're walking back out the ground after that 3-1 defeat today at Brentford, and just bitterly disappointing, really, from Slav and his side. We go 1-0 up in the first half, everything's looking pretty damn rosy, and then just concede such a sloppy goal at the end of the first half. I think that's the thing that's aggravated me the most today, is that Brentford barely made a chance in the first half, and they get a really soft equaliser. Yes, it's come via a deflection, but how far have we let Brentford run through our midfield? And then Canos, you know, takes a chance, takes a punt, and it takes a deflection and it goes in, and then second half starts, and once again we started badly in the second half, concede another fairly soft goal, but Dennis Odoi gets himself sent off. The second challenge was fairly necessary, and it's the first one from Dennis Odoi for me, a slightly needless tackle on the touchline that he didn't really need to make, and he gets himself a soft booking for that, and then we're down to 10 men, and then it's really hard trying to outpass a very good passing side. Today was a turning point, and I really think that if Fulham had built on the last 2 games and got a win today, then maybe we could have been looking up the table. But now I just think we're in for a season of mid-table mediocrity, which is a massive underachievement for the squad we had. Everything that we built last season seems to be going to waste, and it's a bit of a bleak time. I feel we'll get a few results before Christmas, but I'm just not optimistic at all with the season going on, and such a poor result against our rivals as well. They're loving it, as you can imagine. So thanks for watching today. Hopefully we'll do another Fulhamish vlog very soon.